Okay, so you want to buy a casino. Find a building. Hire the dealers. Watch the chips come in. But here's the strange part. Music, a casino is the only legal business in the world where math guarantees you a profit on every single dollar that walks through the door. And it's also the business where the smartest, richest operators on the planet keep going bankrupt. Anyway, music. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how that's possible, how casinos actually make money on the inside, why having a mathematical edge on every bet music still isn't enough to guarantee a profit, and why a casino isn't really the business most people think it is. Casinos come in 3 sizes, and they're 3 completely different businesses. A small regional casino in Colorado costs $2 to $5 million. For that money, you get a few dozen slot machines, a couple of tables, a bar, and a parking lot full of locals, showing up the first of every month to lose their grocery money. A mid-sized property runs you $500 million to a music billion. Think Borgata in Atlantic City, opened in 2003 for $1.1 billion. A music real hotel, real restaurants, customers driving in from neighboring states, and then there's the Vegas Strip, where the price tag starts getting silly. The Cosmopolitan opened in 2010 for $3.9 billion and is still the most expensive resort ever built music on the Strip. But the building is just the start. 2 more costs nobody warns you about. The first is the license. In Vegas, around $770,000 a year. In New York, just applying music costs $20 to $50 million. No guarantee. You're basically buying a lottery ticket where the prize is music permission to spend a few more billion. The second is geopolitics. Macau in southern China is the biggest casino market on Earth. $28 billion in 2024, more than 3 times the music entire Vegas Strip. But the Macau government issues exactly 6 concessions for the whole city. The next round of bidding is in 2032. Or you could try North Korea. Kim Jong-un is currently looking for an investor to finish the Rukyong Hotel Music in Pyongyang, a 105-floor building they started in 1987 and somehow have not music finished in 38 years. Pay for the interior, you get the casino license, estimated cost another $2 billion on top of the $750 million already buried in it. Even the most isolated dictatorship on the music planet understands that a casino is just a foreign currency vacuum with a roof on it. Now we get to the question that actually matters. Where does the money come from? Every game in a casino is mathematically rigged, not in a cheating sense. The cards are real. The wheel is honest. The dice are clean. It's the rules that are rigged. The structure of every game guarantees that the casino wins more than the player over time. Always. The industry has a name for this. The house edge. Easiest way to picture it. Imagine you and I bet on a coin flip. Heads! You win $1. Tails. I win $1. That's a fair bet. 0 edge. Now I change one rule. Heads still pays you $1, but tails I take $1 and a nickel. Same coin, same flip. But now every time we play, on average, I keep 5 cents. Boring on one bet. Catastrophic. Over 1 million bets. That 5 cents is the house edge. Every casino game is just a different version of the same trick. Roulette is the cleanest example. European roulette has 37 numbers. If you bet $100 on a single number and win, the casino pays you $3,500. But the actual odds of hitting your number are 36 to 1, not 35 to 1. So you should have been paid $3,600. That missing $100 is the house's cut. Looks like nothing. But multiply it by 0.000 players a day. Every day, for 30 years. Now look at American roulette. Music, same wheel, same payout, same rules. Except they added one extra slot, the 00. By adding a single pocket, the casino doubled its edge from 2.7% to 5.26%. The player at the table cannot tell the difference. The math notices every single time. But roulette isn't where the money lives. The real story is slots. Slot machines run a house edge of 5 to 15%. And here's the part that breaks people's brains. Music. The cheaper the machine, the higher the edge. Penny slots. The ones grandma feeds her change into all afternoon. Those are running 12 to 15% per dollar wagered. Grandma is statistically the most profitable customer in the entire building. She's giving the casino 30 times more than a millionaire playing blackjack at the high-limit table, where the edge is just 0.5%. That's why if you walk onto any Vegas Strip casino floor, the first thing you'll see is a sea of slot machines. In 2024, slot machines alone brought the Strip $4.9 billion. That's more than every table game combined. Okay, so that's the math. Now, the architecture. Music. You've probably been in a casino. Notice anything missing? There are no windows anywhere. There are no clocks on the walls. The carpet patterns are subtly designed to push music your eyes upward toward the slot machines. The walk from any table to the exit deliberately passes 10 more rows of slots. Just music, in case you have anything left in your pocket. The industry has a term for all of this: engineered immersion. The goal isn't to win your money once. The goal is to keep you inside with no time reference until the math has time to do its work. And then there's the most surgical customer retention system ever invented in any industry: the Player's Club card. When you walk into a casino, they offer you a free card. You insert it into the slots, hand it to the dealer, and from that moment on, every music bet you make is tracked. From that data, they calculate something called your theoretical loss. Bet $10,000 over an evening at music, a 5% edge. Your theoretical loss is $500. The casino then gives you back 5 to music 10% of that number. Free dinner, free hotel room, free drink. In 2024 alone, Vegas Strip casinos gave away $4.4 billion in this stuff. They didn't lose that money, they invested it. Every comp is a calculated expense to keep you in the building so the math has more time to work on you. And at the very top of this pyramid sit the whales. Roughly 0.1% of all casino customers account for over 25% of a total casino revenue. 1 in 1,000 customers generates a quarter of the entire industry's money. A good example is Dana White. Music. He placed $25,000 per hand at blackjack. Won $2 million one weekend at the Palms. Came back. Won another $1.6 million. The casino banned him. Caesars and Bellagio still let him play though. Music. Why? Because the rest of the time whales lose enormous amounts of money. The math always wins eventually. The whale always comes back. That's why a casino will fly a whale on a private jet from anywhere in the world. Give them the penthouse for free. Send music a mission and chef to their suite. Spending $500,000 to host one whale music for the weekend is rational when their expected loss is $10 million. So here's the whole revenue model in one sentence. House edge multiplied by volume, multiplied by time, multiplied by repeat visits. And every single thing in the building exists to maximize one of those 4 numbers. So with all this guaranteed music math, billions in revenue, customers literally engineered to lose, why do casino owners ever lose money themselves? The short answer is everything else. Out of every dollar of gaming revenue, about 70 to 80 cents is gone. Music before you see anything. A typical strip casino runs on a 25 to 33% net margin. So out of $1 billion in revenue, you keep around $250 to $330 million. Where does the rest go? About a third disappears into payroll. A strip resort employs 3,000 to 8,000 people. Another big chunk goes to taxes. Nevada is friendly at 6.75%. Music of gaming revenue. Macau takes 40% off the top. Pennsylvania over 50% on slots. And then there's the stuff most people, musics never think about. The costs that come from the casino actually being a casino. A Vegas property has more cameras per square meter than most prisons. Every table, every cashier, every escalator, every parking spot is on 24/7, watch with a separate surveillance department that does nothing music else. Then there are the cards themselves. Every strip casino swaps fresh music decks onto each table every 4 to 8 hours to prevent marking, which adds up to millions of brand new decks thrown out every single year. The Bellagio keeps over $150 million in physical cash inside the building at all times, and the insurance and logistics for that alone cost millions. Drinks music pour by the tens of thousands every day. Not out of generosity, but because a slightly drunk gambler bets bigger and stays longer. And drunk gamblers fall, fight, and lose money. They decide must be somebody else's fault, which is why casinos get sued more often than doctors and pay liability premiums that climb every year. The math gives you a guaranteed top line. Everything below it is a fist fight. That fist fight is where most casino owners lose, and it has a small set music of repeat patterns. Casinos can fail for a lot of reasons, but 2 mistakes show up over and over again, and almost every famous casino bankruptcy in modern history boils down to one of them. Mistake 1. Too much debt. Music in 1990. Donald Trump opened the Trump Taj Mahal in Atlantic City and called it the eighth wonder of the world. He financed it with $675 million in junk bonds at 14% music interest. Just to service the debt, the casino had to generate nearly $100 million a year before any other expenses. 6 months after opening, music missed its first bond payment. By 1991, it was in bankruptcy. Don't build a casino on debt that needs the building to be perfect from day one. No casino is perfect from day one. Mistake 2. Wrong product for the market. This music one has killed a lot of buildings. In 2012, a $2.4 billion property called Rebel opened in Atlantic City, built for Wall Street executives instead of bus trip retirees. They banned smoking on the gaming floor. No buffet. No players club in the gambling world. That's roughly like opening a fitness club and banning sweat. The hedge fund crowd never showed up. The retirees they'd alienated never came. Closed 2 years later. Sold for $82 million. 3 cents. Music. On the dollar. In 2016, Lucky Dragon opened off the Vegas Strip. A $160 million boutique casino built entirely for Asian customers. Music, Asian language signage, fangy interiors. No 4th floor. Turned out Asian high rollers who flew to Vegas. Music wanted Vegas. The fountains, the spectacle, the chaos. Not a smaller version of what they'd left at home. Closed 14 months. Music later, sold for $36 million. If you're going to build a $2 billion building, make sure somebody actually wants to be inside it. Step back for a second. The economics of this industry are paradoxical. A casino has the most reliable revenue mechanism in business. There's no other industry where the math guarantees the top line so cleanly. A bakery doesn't know how many croissants it'll sell tomorrow. A casino knows almost exactly how much its slot machines will hold this year, give or take a few percent. And yet, casino music operators go bankrupt at rates that would embarrass a tech startup. Why? Because the music math only works at scale and over time. Every casino takes years to pay back its construction. The house edge music is rigid. You can't raise it in a bad year, which means everything outside the math has to also be perfect. Your debt, your costs, your music country, your timing. The mathematical flaw is bulletproof. Everything you build on top of it isn't. The whole industry is essentially the same trade. Guaranteed music revenue against unguaranteed everything else. Survive 20 years of that. And the rewards are some of the largest fortunes music ever built. Time to pull it all together and answer the actual question. How much money do you make if you do this right? 2 scenarios. Real numbers. Scenario 1. $5 million in Colorado. A small regional casino. Annual gaming revenue about $10 million. After all operational costs, your real profit is around $2 million a year. Music payback 3 years. Not glamorous. Recession resistant. The most boring American business with the word casino in it. Scenario 2. $1 billion in Las Vegas. Music, a full strip resort. 2,000 hotel rooms. 100 tables. 3,000 slot machines. Annual revenue. $900 million. And here's a fun fact most people miss. Only 1/3 of that comes from gambling. The other 2/3s is hotel, restaurants, shows, conventions. A modern strip casino is barely a casino. It's a resort that uses music gambling as the loss leader to pull customers in. Net profit after everything, $250 million a year. Add another $50 million if your engineered immersion music is dialed in. Payback 4 years. Then you're earning $300 million a year. And if you survive long enough, you become something specific. Sheldon Aden started buying casinos in 1988. By the time he died in 2021, he was worth $35 billion. One of the largest fortunes in American history. His company, Las Vegas Sands, makes around $32 million in revenue every single day. More than the entire annual revenue of most U.S. casinos combined. So, if you do decide to buy a casino, just remember the most important rule of this business. The house always wins. Just make sure you're the haps.